संगतिः या ते हेतिर्मीडुत्तमगस्ते बभूव ते तनुः तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधाय नातताय धृष्णवे उभाभ्यामुदते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् वृणक्तु विश्वतः अथो य इषुधिस्तवारे अस्मन्निधेहितम् नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्रयम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः नमो हिरण्यबाहवे सेनान्ये दिशाञ्च पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यः पशूनां पतये नमो नमः सस्मिञ्जराय त्विषीमते पथीनां पतये नमो नमो बभ्लुषाय विव्याधिनेन्नानां पतये नमो नमो हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पतये नमो नमो भवस्य हेत्यै जगतां पतये नमो नमो रुद्राय ददावे क्षेत्राणां पतये नमो नमः सूताय हन्त्याय वनानां पतये नमो नमो लोहिताय स्थपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो भुवन्तये वारिवस्कृताय औषधीनां पतये नमो नमः उच्चैर्घोषाय क्रन्दयते पत्तीनां पतये नमो नमः कृत्स्नवीताय धावते सत्त्वनां पतये नमः नमः सहमानाय निर्व्याधिनां पतये नमो नमः ककुभाय निषङ्गिणे स्तेनानां पतये नमो नमो निषङ्गिण इषुधिमते तस्कराणां पतये नमो नमो वञ्चते परिवञ्चते स्तायूनां पतये नमो नमो निचेरवे परिचरायारण्यानां पतये नमो नमः सृगाविभ्यो जिगागुं सद्भ्यो मुष्णतां पतये नमो नमोऽसि मद्भ्यो नक्तञ्चलभ्यः प्रकृन्दानां पतये नमो नमः उष्णीषिणे गिरिचराय कुलुञ्चानां पतये नमो नमः इषुमद्भ्यो धन्वाविद्यश्च वो नमो नमः आतन्वानेभ्यः प्रतिददानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आयच्छद्भ्यो विसृजद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमोऽस्यभ्यो विद्येभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आसीनेभ्यश्च यानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः तिष्ठद्भ्यो दावद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो अश्वेभ्यो अश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः व्याधिनीभ्यो विविध्यन्तीभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः उगणाभ्यः त्रिगुंहतीभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गृत्सेभ्यो गृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः शत्रुभ्यः संग्रहीतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तक्षद्भ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुञ्जिष्टेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः इषुकृद्भ्यो दन्वकृद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमो मृगयुभ्यश्वनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः श्वभ्यश्वपदिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमो भवाय च रुद्राय च नमः शर्वाय च पशुपतये च नमो नीलग्रीवाय च शितिकण्ठाय च नमः कपर्दिने च व्युक्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च शतधन्वने च नमो गिरिशाय च शिपिविष्टाय च नमो मेरुष्टमाय चेषुमते च नमो ह्रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयसे च नमो वृद्धाय च संवृद्धने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नमः आशवे चाजिराय च नमः शीघ्रियाय च शीभ्याय च नमः ऊर्ध्याय चावस्वन्याय च नमः श्रोतस्याय च दीप्याय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय चापरजाय च नमो मध्यमाय चापगल्भाय च नमो जगन्याय च बुद्धियाय च नमः सोभ्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः उर्वर्याय च खल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय चावसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्ष्याय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेणाय चाशुरताय च नमः शूराय चावभिन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरूथिने च नमो भिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय चाहनन्याय च नमो धृष्टवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिणे चेषुधिमते च नमः तीक्ष्णेशवे चायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च नमः सूत्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय च भट्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईद्रियाय चातप्याय च नमो वात्याय च रेश्मियाय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च ॐ हर 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 ॐ नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमः ताम्राय चारुणाय च नमः शङ्गाय च पशुपतये च नमः उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वधाय च दूरे वधाय च नमो हन्त्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्ताराय नमः शम्भवे च मयोभवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमः तीर्थ्याय च कूल्याय च नमः आर्याय च वार्याय च नमः प्रतरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः आतार्याय च लाद्याय च नमः षष्प्याय च फेन्याय च नमः शिखत्याय च प्रवाह्याय च नम इरिण्याय च प्रपथ्याय च नमः किगुंशिलाय च क्षयणाय च नमः कपर्दिने च पुलस्तये च नमो गोष्ठ्याय च गृह्याय च नमः सल्प्याय च गेह्याय च नमः काट्याय च गह्वरेष्ठाय च नमो हृदयाय च निवेश्याय च नमः पागुंसव्याय च रजस्याय च नमः शुष्क्याय च हरित्याय च नमो लोप्याय चोलप्याय च नमः ऊर्व्याय च सूर्याय च नमः पर्ण्याय च पर्णशद्याय च नमोपगुरमाणाय चाभिघ्नते च नमः आखिरते च प्रखिरते च नमो वक्किरिकेभ्यो देवानागुमृदयेभ्यो नमो विक्षेणकेभ्यो नमो विचिन्वत्केभ्यो नम आनिर्हतेभ्यो नम आमीभत्केभ्यः द्रापे अन्धसस्पदे दरिद्रन्नीललोहिता येषां पुरुषाणामेषां पशूनां मावेर्मा रोमो येषां किञ्चनाममद या ते रुद्रशिवा तनो शिवा विश्वाह वेशजी शिवा रुद्रस्य वेशजी तया नो मृडजीवसे इमागुं रुद्राय तवसे कपत्ने क्षयद्वीराय प्रभरामहे मतिम् यथा नश्यमसद्विपदे चतुष्पदे विश्वं पुष्टं ग्रामे अस्मिन्ननातुरम् मृडानो रुद्रो तनो मयस्कृति क्षयद्वीराय नमसा विधेमते यच्छञ्चयोश्च मनुरायजे पिता तदश्याम तव रुद्र प्रणीतौ मानो महान्तमुत मानो अर्भकं मान उक्षन्तमुत मान उक्षितम् मानो वधे पितरं मोद मातरं प्रियामानस्तनुवो रुद्ररीरिषः मानस्तोके तनये मान आयुषि मानो गोषु मानो अश्वेषु रीरिषः वीरान्मानो रुद्रभावितो वधीर्हविष्मन्तो नमसा विधेमते आरात्ते गोघ्न उत पूरुषग्ने क्षयद्वीराय सुम्नभस्मेते अस्तु रक्षा च नो अधि च देव ब्रूह्यदा च नः शर्म यच्छद्विबर्हाः सुविश्रुतं गर्तसदयुवानं मृगन्धभीममुपहत्नुमुग्रम् मृडाचरित्रे रुद्रस्तवानो अन्यन्ते अस्मन्निवपन्तु सेनाः परिणो रुद्रस्य एतर्वृणक्तु परिद्वेषस्य दुर्मतिरगायोः अवस्थिरा मघवद्भ्यस्तनुष्वमेध्वस्तोकायतनयाय मृडया मेदुष्टमशिवतमशिवो नः सुमना भव परमे वृक्ष आयुधं निधाय कृत्तिं वसान आचर पिनाकं बिभ्रदागहे विकिरित विलोहित नमस्ते अस्तु भगवः यासे सहस्रगुं हेतयोऽन्यमस्मन्निवपन्तु ताः सहस्राणि सहस्रदा बाहुवोस्तव हेतयः तासामीशानो भगवः पराचीनामुखाकृते सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अधिभूम्याम् तेषां सहस्रयोजने वदन्वानि तन्वसि अस्मिन्मात्यर्णवेऽन्तरिक्षे भवा अधि नीलग्रीवा शिधिकण्ठा शर्वा अरः क्षमाचराः नीलग्रीवा शिधिकण्ठा दिवगुं रुद्रा उपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु सस्मिञ्जरा नीलग्रीवा विलोहिताः ये भूतानामधिपतयो विशिखास कपर्दिनः ये अन्येषु विविध्यन्ति पात्रेषु विवतो जनान् ये पदां पथिरक्षय ऐलभृदायभ्युदः ये तीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति सृकावन्तो निषङ्गिणः य एतावन्तश्च भूयागुंसश्च दिशो रुद्रावितस्थिरे तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वदन्वानि तन्मसि नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्यां ये एन्तरिक्षे ये दिवि येषामन्नं पातो वर्षमिषवस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचीर्दश दक्षिणा दश प्रतीचीर्दशोदीचीर्दशोद्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृडयन्तु ते विश्वो यस्य नो द्वे स्थितं भोजं वे ददामि त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यो रुद्रो अग्नौ यो अप्सु य ओषधीषु यो रुद्रो विश्वा भुवना विवेश तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु ये ते सहस्रमयुतं पाशा मृत्योमर्त्याय हन्तवे तान् यज्ञस्य मायया सर्वान् वयजामहे मृत्यवे स्वाहा मृत्यवे स्वाहा प्राणानां ग्रन्थिरसि रुद्रो मा विशान्तकः तेनाप्यायस्व नमो रुद्राय विष्णवे मृत्युर्मे पाहि तमुष्टु हि यस्विषः सुदन्वायो विश्वस्य क्षयति भेषजस्य यक्ष्वा महेशो मनसाय रुद्रं नमो विर्देवमसुरन्दुवस्य अयं मे हस्तो भगवान् अयं मे भगवत्तरः अयं मे विश्ववेशजो यगुं शिवाभिमर्शनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियं च मे लुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रं च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणं च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वं च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रं च मे सोश्च मे प्रसूश्च मे क्षीरं च मे लयश्च मरुतं च मे मृतं च मे यक्ष्मं च मे नामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वं च मे न मित्रं च मे भयं च मे सुखं च मे शयनं च मे सोषा च मे सुदिनं च मे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
सदुपगासि षट्सवत्सामगीयमानम् अभिराधसा जुगुरत आनो बलदक्षिणेनाभिसव्येन प्रमृषा इन्द्रमानो वसो निर्वाक उपक्रमस्वाभरदृशदा कृष्णो जनाना अदाशुश्चरस्य वेदः इन्द्रयौनुते अस्ति वाजो विप्रेभिः सनित्वः अस्माभिः सुतं सनुहि सद्यो जुहस्ते वाजा अस्मभ्यं विश्वश्चन्द्रा दशैश्च मक्षुजरन्ते ॐ गणानां त्वा पतान शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीद सादनम् विशुसीद गणपते गणेषु त्वामाहुर्विप्रथमं कवीनाम् नरुते त्वत्क्रियते किञ्चनारे महामर्कं मघवन् चित्रमच्चा अभिज्ञानो मघवन्नादमानांसके बोधिवसुपते सखीनाम् रणं कृतिरनकृत् सत्यशुष्मा भक्ते चिदाबजाराये अस्मान् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of my beloved Bhagwan. Revered elders, dear brothers and sisters, Sai Ram to one and all. I take this opportunity to welcome you all to the evening session of the second day of this year's summer course on Bhaj Govindam. Once, a party consisting of 10 fools happened to cross a river. After crossing the river, one of them wanted to verify if all the 10 had reached the bank safely. So he counted all the others, but forgot to count himself. And he began weeping and telling everybody, "Oh, we have lost one of the members in the river." Other fools also did the same mistake. They counted everybody, but they did not count themselves. And in no time, there was a loud hue and cry, lamenting over a lost member in the river. Seeing this, a passerby inquired the reason of their grief. And then he understood the mistake of these fools. He made them all stand in a queue and counted all of them one by one and counted them as 10. Swami says, one who has forgotten himself is no less than a fool. One who is not aware of what he is, who he is, forgotten his own existence, cannot know the truth proper. Thus, the true wisdom lies in knowing oneself, being aware of who we are. In the 31st verse of Bhaj Govindam, Adi Shankaracharya says, and I quote, "Through disciplined senses and controlled mind, thou shalt come to experience the indwelling Lord of your heart." And I quote, this has been the very objective and goal of the summer courses held at Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. Swami once said that these summer courses are like car workshops where the loose nuts are tightened, punctures are repaired, scratches are mended, and polishing is done. These courses ensure the refinement of our beings, where senses are disciplined, minds are controlled, and self is being discovered. Swami, in one of his discourses delivered during the summer course in 1990, stressed upon the process of refinement as samskriti. And he said, even the objects undergo this process of refinement and transformation. He gives an example of paddy, which goes through many stages of change before it is ready to be consumed by man as cooked rice. And this transformation also enhances the value of the object. All of us know paddy's value is much less than that of rice. He gives another example of a wristwatch made by crushing and throwing a stainless steel into fire. And we know the value of a wristwatch is much higher than the value of a mass of stainless steel. The Swami says, and I quote, likewise, man should not remain in the state in which he was born. He should manifest his inner divinity. Students should therefore try to acquire, in addition to academic knowledge, qualities like humility and discrimination, which will help them to become full-fledged human personalities. I unquote. The great epic Mahabharata narrates to us a story of Aruni of Panchala, a disciple of sage Daumya, who went beyond his academic fulfillment and served his guru with utmost devotion and dedication. It was on a cold, rainy day once when Aruni noticed that there was a breach in the field which his guru owned. And if the flow of water not stopped, the field would be flooded. His efforts of continuously trying to make the banks stronger were being every time washed by continuous rain. Finally, he thought, if he lay there instead of trying to mend the break, he could stop the water from flowing in with his own body. And he just lay there quietly and saved the crops of his guru. True Samskriti lies in such an expansion of love and devotion. Today, he still lives in the pages of the epic as Udalaka Aruni for his one-pointed devotion towards his guru. Thus, these summer courses take the students and staff on a journey through Samskriti, aiming at the refinement of beings, each one in the process of finding, discovering, and refining oneself. Now, I take this pleasure to announce the proceedings of the evening session. First, the report of the morning session will be presented by Ms. Shivani Shirsagar, a final year BA student from Anantapur campus. A consistent O grader, Ms. Shivani hails from Mumbai and actively involves herself in both culture and sports activities. She has won several prizes at academic, cultural, and sports front. The first speaker for this evening is Ms. Prachi Bulbul, who is pursuing her final year BSc honors in chemistry from Anantapur campus. She hails from the state of Odisha and has completed 9 years of Bal Vikas course with diploma in Sri Sathya Sai Bal Vikas. Winner of several prizes in national level debate and dramatic competitions at the pre-university level, Ms. Prachi is an active participant in cultural activities held at the campus. As a student of our institution, she has first prizes for both elocution and Vedam chanting to her credit. Ms. Prachi has also won the individual cultural championship for the academic year 2014-15. Ms. Prachi will be speaking to us on the topic, Insights from Srimad Bhagwatam. The second speaker this evening is Brother Devjit Odi. Devjit comes from Kathmandu, Nepal, and is a final year postgraduate student at Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Prashanti Nilayam campus, currently pursuing his MA in Applied Economics. On the completion of his school from Nepal, he joined Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Prashanti Nilayam campus for his undergraduation in BA Honours in Economics and was awarded the gold medal for academic distinction in the same. Devjit is a passionate speaker, an occasional musician, and a practitioner of yoga. He has delivered several talks since his school days and was also one of the winners of the Mahatma Gandhi Memorial Inter-School Debate conducted by the Embassy of India, Kathmandu, Nepal. He has presented case studies in 3 national conventions on student quality control in Nepal and in an international convention held at CMS, Lucknow in the year 2010. He also one of the student to representatives of Nepal who had been on a month-long academic visit to Frankfurt, Germany in the year 2011. And ever since he joined SSSIHL in 2012, he has delivered several talks, won many debates, elocutions, and delivered numerous presentations with fellow students in the moral class at the Institute Auditorium. He has been one of the lead singers for the Christmas celebrations in Kulwant Hall since his first UG, and has been the cultural champion and the cultural runner-up during his undergraduate days, besides being the yoga champion for 3 consecutive years now. Brother Devjit will be speaking to us on the topic, Love, the Basis of Indian Culture. The speeches will be followed by a bhajan-based devotional singing and offering by the students of the Prashanti Bhajan group. The evening proceedings will be concluded with bhajan and Mangal Aarti. I now invite all the 3 speakers to come and share their thoughts with us in the order mentioned. Sai Ram.
Om Bhur-Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur-Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayatha. I offer myself at the divine lotus feet of Bhagwan Baba. Respected elders, distinguished guests, respected teachers, and dear sisters and brothers. Every summer course has a theme and a color. This year's summer course revolves around the book by Adi Shankaracharya, Bhaja Govindam, and this year's color is green. If you would have noticed, our book, our pen, and even our student badges are of the color green. What does green signify? Prosperity, harmony, love, peace. Even the ceiling above the Kulwant Hall is green in color. Why am I mentioning this? I'll come to that in the end. First of all, I have been given a pleasant duty of summarizing today morning's summer course proceedings. During the post-Vedic period, women weren't allowed to chant or study the scriptures. But Bhagwan is no ordinary person. He is God. What he did was to unshackle us from the social prejudices and the patriarchal nature of the Indian society, and he made sure that women are there up in the front. And so began today morning's summer course proceedings with the invocatory Vedam chanting by the women students of Anantapur campus. Immediately after the Vedam chanting, we had a panel discussion consisting of 6 of our teachers who are also the alumnus of our institute. These teachers were not only united by the bond of Swami, but also by a common link called Bhaja Govindam. All of them had some or the other role to play in the play Bhaja Govindam. They spoke about their experiences, the joy derived by being in this divine proximity, even the small tour which they had to Bombay, and once even shared an experience as to how he got the blessed opportunity of having to share his seat with Bhagwan for 4 hours. The experiences which these teachers shared with us took us to a whole new realm. Even though most of us have never seen Bhagwan in our life, don't know how he sounded like except for his audio recordings, still at that moment, we all felt he was there with us. Then we had 4 global presentations by 3 campuses of the Institute, the Mudunhalli campus, the Anantapur campus, and the Brindavan campus, along with the Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School, Prashanthi Nilayam. The Mudunhalli campus depicted their global presentation through an enactment on the interaction of souls, where they spoke about rebirths and that the way out of all the desire for power, for wealth, for glory, for wisdom, pseudo-wisdom, is to know that all of us are different manifestations of the One. Then we had the Anantapur campus, which depicted 3 concepts: identity, ephemerality, and effort through an innovative method of a WhatsApp conversation. Their solution to the above mentioned concepts were that one must reconnect to God, that one must prioritize, and that one must follow the Master and offer it all to Him. After the Anantapur campus, we had the Brindavan campus, whose drama enactment was called The Infinite Loop, wherein man is caught in an infinite loop of desire and despair, and the way out is to desire for God and for nothing else. Lastly, we had the Higher Secondary School, which put up a drama in Sanskrit and had 2 acts, wherein they said that while wealth and health may attract people, even our own kith and kin, not necessarily that in our old age they will follow us. And through the examples of Ratnakar, who later on became the great Maharishi Valmiki, and a person named Ajamil, who on his deathbed called out to Narayana and thus gained moksha, we learn that the name of God is our only salvation. The last event of the morning proceedings was a guest lecture by Sri 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 Jayendra Puri Mahaswami, who is who belongs to the Sri Kailasha Ashram Mahasamsthana and the Sri Raja Rajeshwari Devasthana, Bangalore. His talk was extremely erudite, with examples dealing with real life, scriptural allusions. He spoke for close to 1.5 hours, but in that hour, I truly felt enlightened, and I'm pretty sure so did we all. It was a very analytical and rational discussion, wherein he asked us questions like, what is mind? Does mind have a locus? Why and how to control mind? These were some of the themes which Maharishi touched on, Mahaswamiji touched on. And the afternoon sessions, we had the student-teacher discussion based on 2 discourses of Bhagwan, the 1973 discourses entitled From Ignorance to Liberation and Seek the Company of Good People. While for most of us, this may be our final summer course, while for some, it may be their first summer course, for few, it may be one among the many more to come. The purpose of these summer courses is not just to sit there and revel in the enlightenment given to us, but rather to let it touch us in the heart so that in the future we derive lessons from them. This is what Bhagwan wanted, and I'm pretty sure we, his students, will surely make him proud in the long run. I'm immensely grateful for this opportunity given to me by Bhagwan. And I thank you all for your patient listening. Thank you, Sairam.
Om Shri Sai Ra. I offer myself at the lotus feet of my beloved Mother Sai, respected elders, and my dear brothers and sisters. A loving Sairam to one and all present here. Today, I would like to share some of my thoughts on Srimad Bhagwatam. There is a story associated with the genesis of Srimad Bhagwatam that I would like to narrate. Sage Vyasa was deeply dejected in spite of having composed the great epic, the Mahabharata, classified the Vedas, and added the Upanishads. In response to his despondency, Sage Narada appeared by his side and pointed out a cardinal defect. He said, and I quote, "O wise Rishi, you have expatiated on social relationships and dharma, but forgotten to deal with the glory of God." Unquote. Thereafter, Sage Vyasa sat in his hermitage and composed the great Purana called the Bhagavata Purana. Bhagavan and Bhakta form the word Bhagavata. In fact, it is the eternal relationship between God and his devotee. Bhagavan wants a Bhakta who is detached from the world and attached to him alone. Such a Bhakta is called a Bhagavata. When detachment from worldliness takes place, Bhagavan gives the thrill of experiences to the Bhakta. Hence, Bhagavata is also the name given to the descriptions of the experiences of those who have realized him and have been blessed by him. The Bhagavatam can be approached in two ways, philosophically and practically. Under philosophical approach, we have the concepts of avatar and ekagra bhakti. And under practical approach, we have the Uddhava Gita. When we speak about the concept of an avatar, one thing which can be understood clearly is that the formless takes a form. It is believed that the avatar descends on earth for two purposes: destruction of the evildoers and protection of the righteous. Yet, truth lies in the fact that God descends on earth for the ascent of mankind. He comes down as an answer to the call of the sincere seekers and gives them the nectarine taste of his physical proximity. The Gopikas stand as a testimony to it. The Gopikas immerse themselves in Krishna consciousness completely to such an extent that though Krishna parted from them physically, they could never part from the thoughts of Krishna. They saw Krishna not only in themselves, but also in each other. And this is the highest stage of spirituality called Advaita, which the Gopikas reached through bhakti. Bhakti begins with duality between Bhagavan and Bhakta and culminates in Advaita or non-dualism. The same hold goods in the present times when Bhagavan is no longer present in his physical form with us. We can recapitulate those sweet moments of his darshan, sparshan and sambhashan and derive joy from them. In fact, this is the best form of connecting ourselves with Bhagavan the way Gopikas did. Now, there is no compulsive rule that God should take a human form alone. Whichever place and form suits the cause of fulfilling the yearning of the devotees, that place and form is chosen. So all the avatars that man knows today, Matsya, Varaha, Vamana, Kurma, Krishna and Rama, came for a single purpose: love of God for his creation. The yogis perceived God as having 1,000 eyes, ears, limbs, etc. The multiplicity signifies that God and his creation are one and the same. Hence, Bhagavan Baba says, and I quote, "I separated myself from myself to love myself," unquote. This is the most important message that can be derived from the concept of avatar of Srimad Bhagwatam. Another important aspect that Srimad Bhagwatam talks about is the concept of ekagra bhakti or single-pointed devotion. Lord Krishna tells Arjuna in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and I quote, Atha chittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mayistharam abhyasa yogena tato mami chaptum dhananjayah. Ekagra bhakti or single-pointed devotion comes from the fixation of mind on the divine. Now, why mind? The word manava comes from the root manas, which means mind. Mind forms the basis of the world or jagat. Hence, it is said, Mano moolam idam jagat. Mind is the cause of both bondage and liberation. In the episode of Prahalada from Srimad Bhagwatam, the demon king Hiranyakashipu tried to impose the demonic propensities on his son Prahalad and forced him to follow the asuric path of Kama and Artha. He even tortured him to death. But it was Prahalada's ekagrata and intense love for Lord Vishnu that not only made him have Lord's darshan, but also emancipated his father at the hands of Lord Narasimha. The Gajendra Moksham episode reveals that the alligator representing the illusory world or Maya can be overcome by clinging on to the lotus feet of the Lord. On the one hand, the Gopikas reached Krishna through the path of Madhura Bhakti. On the other hand, Shishupala attained Krishna through the path of hatred or Dvesha Bhakti. One thing being common here, single-pointedness or ekagrata, whether love or hate, the thoughts dwell in Krishna alone. In all the preceding examples of Prahalada, Gajendra, the Gopikas, and Shishupala represent or stand for the individual self or Jivatma, and God stands for the Supreme Self or Paramatma. When Paramatma is a sole focus, using mind as an instrument by the Jivatma, the body consciousness may be overcome. This is called Ekagra Bhakti or single-pointed devotion, another important message from Srimad Bhagwatam. In the practical approach, the significant factor in Srimad Bhagwatam is a conversation between Lord Krishna and Uddhava, popularly known as the Uddhava Gita. Lord Krishna enlightens Uddhava on various aspects of spirituality. Sri Krishna tells Uddhava that thought that is generated in one's mind is a force that one generates for one's own good or evil. Thus, thoughts need to be controlled, and such control is possible through self-discipline. One way of achieving self-discipline is through satsang or good company. Lord Krishna tells Uddhava, and I quote, neither the reading of the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Shastras can win me. It is the company of sadhus or satsang that alone can win me. And quote. Relating the concept of Uddhava Gita to today's modern world, where the company of sages, saints, and elevated ones is practically impossible, good books, good people, and contemplation on the self as well as the divine are some of the ways to attain satsang. This satsangati leads to the gradual elevation of the mind, and one no longer considers himself as the doer. He attributes his fruits of action to the God. This leads to the elimination of I sense, and he becomes a Sharanagat or surrendered. Thus, it is a cyclic process. Satsang leads to self-control through thoughts, and this self-control leads to Sharanagati or surrender. A person with surrender in turn becomes a source of satsang for somebody else. Summing it up, bhakti leads to virakti or detachment, and virakti leads to mukti. So today, I pray to our Lord Sai Krishna to give us the bhakti which the Gopikas had, the bhakti which Prahalad had, and many other devotees of God had who reached him by dwelling their thoughts on him. So, Swami, let our thoughts dwell on you alone. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. To the tiny bud of love, blooming in my heart little by little every day. To this love confected of my comfort, peace, and satisfaction. Of my amazement, my excitement, and my esoterically beautiful pain. To that prema bhava, which satiates the hunger of my soul, and to the prema swarupa, who slakes the thirst of my eyes. To them, who are verily one and the same, I offer my loving pranams. Esteemed elders and my dear brothers and sisters, Sai Ram to each one of you. At the behest of this grand occasion, the Summer Course on Indian Culture and Spirituality 2016, I am tempted to deliberate and thereby make this august gathering ruminate on the belief of a great Indian thinker who saw love as the essence of life in India. Now, this belief need hardly be objected to, for India, replete and resplendent with its multifarious religions, languages, traditions, music, art, monuments, and dances, has always been rooted in love to blossom the same. From the majesty of the Taj to the eloquence of the Gita and Quran, in the verve of Bhangra or the profundity of the Vedic lifestyle, be it the magnificence of Bengali traditions or the intricacies of Carnatic music, Indian culture has this unfailing ability to evoke love in others for the created and or the creator. And this is where I believe lies yet another hidden facet of our culture and its inherent spirituality. The purpose of culture, we are taught, is to build character. But how good is a character bereft of love? It is hollow, shuttered and dark, utterly meaningless. Love, if be the foundation, the beginning of our culture, must also be the zenith, the end. In fact, in 1979, Bhagwan remarked, all the japa, dhyana, and the deeds of merit you perform will be futile if you cannot cultivate universal and selfless love. Love also happened to be Swami's greatest teaching and the basis of miracles, the transformation of hearts. Once, Professor Sampath, a revered Vice Chancellor of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, told Bhagwan, Swami, you are the ocean of love. Swami said no. This revered Vice Chancellor again insisted, Swami, your love is like that of an ocean. And Swami said, no, the ocean is but a drop of my love. To confabulate about this very love is why I stand before you today. It is a love which has pulled thousands to Prashanti Nilayam, the abode of supreme peace, and lovingly prodded them towards their own inherent divinity. It is a love which has captured our attention, fascinated our minds, and transformed our lives. It is a love like none before in the annals of mankind, of the dearest parent, the closest friend, and the greatest master we have and perhaps will ever know, for this is the love of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, the Kali Yuga avatar. On the 4th of July, 1968, Bhagwan declared, "I have not come on behalf of any particular dharma. I have not come on any mission of publicity for any sect, creed, or cause. I have come to light the lamp of love in your hearts, to see it shine day by day with added luster. To emit love and evoke love in others is the foremost duty of man, especially in this time and age. However, love can be of different kinds. Some Swami cautions can even be dangerous. So what kind of love is being referred to here? Swami distinguishes love into two kinds, worldly and pure. He calls the former dangerous because it binds and the latter divine because it liberates. I refrain from delving into the dangerous kind, but what I would like to share with you today are three attributes pertaining to this divinity of pure love, which I have come to identify in the recent years. The first attribute of pure love is that it is selfless. It knows only to give. One needs to go back to the lush green gardens of Vrindavan to understand what this really means. One day, Krishna returns from the Kurukshetra war to Vrindavan, and he goes to the banks of the river Yamuna in search of Mother Radha. He finds her seated under a tree, lost in her thoughts, and with the intention of surprising her, he slowly walks around the tree and suddenly confronts her, expecting her to jump in joy and surprise. But to his utter surprise, all Mother Radha did was look at him and give a smile. Now Krishna was astounded. He said, "Radhe, I am your Krishna. I have come back for you." But Mother Radha's face had a question mark. She looked at Krishna and said, "Come back for me?" She then took Krishna to the banks of the river Yamuna, picked up a palm full of water, showed it to him and said, "Look, Krishna, in every drop of the Yamuna, is it not you who is there?" She hurried back with Krishna to the tree under which she was seated and very carefully bent a branch, showed him the leaves and said, "Look, Krishna, in every leaf of this tree, is it not you who is there? In every blade of grass, is it not you who is there? If you were always with me and all around me, when did you leave that you are saying you have come back for me?" Krishna, overwhelmed by such unconditional love of Mother Radha, says, "Radhe, I am the Lord of the universe. Ask for anything and I shall give it to you readily." But Mother Radha says, "I don't want anything from you." Astonished, Krishna says, "Don't you want even my love?" And then Mother Radha gives the most beautiful reply. She said, "I know that I love you. I know that you are mine and you will always be mine. You are eternally mine. It doesn't matter if you love me or not." And then Krishna, for the very first time, fell on his knees before Mother Radha, looked into her eyes and said, "Radhe, this is for the first time in my entire creation that I have received in such measure unconditional love from my devotee. And so I say, pure love is selfless." The second attribute of pure love is that it is assuaging. It is capable of evidently and sometimes surreptitiously soothing our sorrows and satiating our satisfaction. Talking of this attribute, I am reminded of a very touching incident that occurred here in Prashantinilayam nearly 2 decades ago. The Janmashtami celebrations are a part of the celebrations in Prashantinilayam every year, and the cow procession is a part of these celebrations. So Bhagwan's students bring the cows in a procession from the Gokulam to the Mandir, and it was during one such procession that one of the students injured himself and he developed a fracture. Now Bhagwan was taking very keen interest in this student and showing a lot of concern, as he always does, for the health of this student. It so happened that one day he called that student to the interview room while he was having the fracture, and he materialized a liquid of curative kind. And Bhagwan was personally applying this liquid onto the fractured foot of that student. The student was very embarrassed. The Lord of the universe applying medicine on his fractured foot. The student said, Swami, I will do it myself. I'm feeling very embarrassed that Bhagwan is doing this. And pat came the reply from Bhagwan. If you would have been at home, wouldn't your mother have done this? I am your mother. Why do you distinguish between this divine mother and your own mother? Truly, the love of Swami is that of 1,000 mothers rolled into one. And it is a love that soothes not just the wounds of this body, but those of the heart and the mind as well. And so I assert pure love to be assuaging. The third and final attribute of pure love is that it is invigorating. This particular attribute takes me back to the 27th of July, 2015, when I was diagnosed with dengue. For those of us who don't know or who don't know what it feels like to be suffering from this disease, let me tell you, this is no joyride. It saps your energy, cripples free movement, and snatches your zeal and zest for anything and everything you love. The same and more was happening to me. I began to lose weight rapidly, for I had lost my appetite. My body ached in indescribable pain, and I couldn't move an inch away from my bed. In spite of the best efforts of my teachers and my brothers, my health just deteriorated. In fact, the reports showed that my platelet count was far below the normal of 1.5 lakhs to a mere 44,000. But I was stubborn. I refused to take any medicine because I knew there is no allopathic cure for this disease. I was even refusing to ask for help from Bhagwan because I thought that if I fought a little longer, I could emerge triumphant. I couldn't have been more wrong. Days passed, and things only got worse. And it was on one of these nights when I could take it no more that I surrendered my spirit. I knew I had pushed my body to its limits, and it was then, with tears in my eyes, shackles on my hope, crumpled on my bed, that I cried out to Swami. I pled, I cannot do this anymore, Swami. Please help me. A few moments later, I drifted off into sleep. The next day, I was woken up by the golden rays of a beautiful morning, and I must say I was least surprised to find my pain gone. My zeal was back, and so was my appetite. And I was strong enough to go to the hospital all by myself. But then again, with the grace of Bhagwan, the twist of surprise is inevitable. And so it happened that when I met my doctor that evening to collect my test results, he told me that the test showed my health had in fact deteriorated. It had become worse. Now I was thoroughly baffled, because there was I, feeling at the top of the world, hale and hearty, and here was my doctor telling me that I should be lying on my bed, unable to move a muscle or eat a morsel. He looked at me, perhaps as baffled as I was back then, and asked me, how? At that moment, all I could remember was whom I prayed to the other night and what he was capable of. So I looked at my doctor, I gave him a smile, he understood, and I left. Almost a year later, as I reflect on this experience, I can see how that physical and mental strength Bhagwan gave me on that fateful night has today evolved into a spiritual strength indomitable as ever. And so I assert pure love to be invigorating. To my knowledge, there is only one love that epitomizes these three attributes. S, selfless. A, assuaging. And I, invigorating. Sai's love is the only love I know to be so pure, so divine. As I leave today, I pray to you, O Sai, help us to put your love into practice. And just as the sun shines effortlessly for others, just as gracefully and delicately a flower blossoms and gives its fragrance to others, and just as the candle consumes itself to give light to others, I pray you enable us to love as wholeheartedly as you always have. Thank you very much. Jai Sai Ram.
अरे मुत्तू जल्दी कर भाई, we'll miss the train.
Just a minute, Happy. Let us first pray to Ganesha for a safe and fulfilling journey before we begin.
जय गणराया श्री गणराया, जय गणराया श्री गणराया, जय गणराया श्री गणराया मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, जय गणराया श्री गणराया मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, सिंदूर वदना पंकज चरणा, पंकज चरणा मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, सिंदूरवदना पंकज चरणा मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता, सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता, सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदायक मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदायक मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदायक मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, जय गणराया। So, we are finally going on the journey we had planned for so long. Let us traverse and experience the uniqueness of various spiritual centers across the length and breadth of our beautiful Bharat.
I am very excited to see the different cultures, different people, different beliefs.
Arey Rafiq bhai, don't forget different food also.
Totally agree with you. I hope this journey turns out to be a spiritual extravaganza.
I'm sure it will. The 9 pilgrimage centers we are going to visit are no ordinary ones.
Lucky for you, Muthu, the first place happens to be Tirupati.
Of course, home, sweet home.
I have got my list of wishes ready. What about you all?
Come on, Patil. While it may be true that Lord Balaji grants everybody's wishes, there is so much more to Tirupati than that. This is the finest example of a devotee taking his first steps towards God, where he asks incessantly until he asks God what God really wants him to ask.
And what might that be?
Himself, Rafiq. Himself. Oh, look. Look at the majestic Gopuram. The scores of people pining to have a glimpse of his beautiful form. And that music? Doesn't it remind you of that bhajan?
Venkatesha
Srinivasa
Lakshmi Narayana Namo 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 Sankatarana Shri Sai Ramana Sankatarana Shri Sai Ramana Shri Sai Ramana Pankaj Charana Namo Namo Pankaj Charana Namo Namo Vedodharana Venkateramana Vedodharana Venkateramana Lakshmi Narayana Namo Namo Lakshmi Narayana Namo Namo Sai Narayana Namo Namo Sai Narayana Namo 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 Pankaj Charana Namo Namo Pankaj Charana Namo Namo Pankaj Charana Namo Namo Pankaj Charana Namo Sankatarana Shri Sai Ramana
Ah, the sweet taste of Tirupati laddus still linger in my mouth. I certainly hope that our next destination will be just as sweet.
It sure will, Happy, for the magnificent hill of Arunachalam is believed to personify Lord Shiva, the Atma Linga himself. It is bound to give us sweet, everlasting memories.
Not only that, of the Panchabhutas, Arunachalam represents the element of fire, known to burn away all desires, thus leading to inner peace.
Isn't that just perfect? A while ago, we were at Tirupati, engulfed in the rush of our wishes. And now, we seek the silence of the mind in the quiet dwellings of Arunachalam.
सर्वरूपधरं शान्तम् सर्वनामधरं शिवम् सच्चिदानन्दरूपम् अद्वैतम् सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरम् सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरम् अरुणाचलं शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुण शिवा अक्षयलिंगा आत्मलिंगा अक्षयलिंगा आत्मलिंगा तेजोमय विग्रहलिंगा तेजोमय विग्रहलिंगा इह पर सुखदायका इह पर सुखदायका इह पर सुखदायका ईशा इह पर सुखदायका नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमः ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय जय शिव
Just me? Or is everyone feeling some
Being such a child happy?
Oh,
whom the world's return would stand still, a sweet child?
And isn't the childlike nature of Kanhaiya adored by one and all? In fact, what better place than Guruvayur, where this very nature of the Lord is celebrated with joy and jubilance?
तिलकं ललाट फलके वक्षस्थले कौस्तुभं नासाग्रे नवमौक्तिकम् करतले वेणुं करे कङ्कणम् सर्वाङ्गे हरिचन्दनं च कलयम् कण्ठे च मुक्तावली गोपश्री परिवेष्टितो विजयते गोपाल चूडामणि विजयते गोपाल चूडामणि कस्तूरी तिलकं नारायणम् कमलनयनं नारायणम् कमलनयनं नारायणम् नारायणं गोविन्द गोविन्द नारायणं गोविन्द गोविन्द नारायणं गोविन्द गोविन्द नारायणं कस्तूरी तिलकं नारायणम्.
Even after this long and tiring journey from Guruvayur to Pandharpur, I just can't get enough of this celebration.
Well, in that case, you're gonna love Pandharpur, where every day is like a festival. From the throbbing beats of the drums to the splash of flaring colors, from the vibrant dances to the everlasting energy and excitement in the air, Pandharpur has it all.
Immersed in these festivities, one can often transcend the barriers between the Lord and oneself. But no worries even if you can't, for Vitthala patiently waits upon his brick, certain that one day you will.
Ranga 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 Sai Ranga 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 Jaya Panduranga Prabhu Vitthala Panduranga Prabhu Vitthala Jagadodhara Hari Vitthala Jagadodhara Hari Vitthala Panduranga Vitthala Pandharinath Vitthala Panduranga Vitthala Pandharinath Vitthala Panduranga Vitthala Pandharinath Vitthala Shri Ramani Hridayantaranga Shri Ramani Hridayantaranga Mangalakara Karunataranga आश्रित दीन जनावन रंगा जगदोधारा हरि विठला पांडुरंग विठला पंढरीनाथ विठला पंढरीनाथ विठला पांडुरंग विठला पंढरीनाथ विठला पांडुरंग विठला पंढरीनाथ विठला पांडुरंग विठला पंढरीनाथ विठला पांडुरंग विठला पंढरीनाथ विठला पांडुरंग
अरे यार, बड़ी भूख लगी है।
थोड़ा इंतजार कर लो, स्वादिष्ट खाना खाएंगे लंगार में। द फूड हियर not only satiates one's hunger, but also quenches the thirst of one's soul. These still waters, reflecting the magnificent golden temple, go on to show that only in the stillness of the mind can we see the reflection of God.
And isn't it amazing how thousands of people from all walks of life come together solely to engage in the service of mankind, all tuned into the same divine melody of Paropakaram Idam Shariram. Forgetting who we are able to embrace humility and thereby see the oneness in all.
इकुंकार सतनाम करता पुरख
निरपार निर्बैर अकाल मूरत
अजुनी से भंग गुरु प्रसाद जप
आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच
नानक होसी भी सच।
जो बोले सो निहाल।
सत श्री अकाल।
गुरु नानक जी की जय जयकार। जो बोले सो होए निहाल।
सलाम सलाम लाखों सलाम। सलाम सलाम लाखों सलाम। सलाम सलाम मेरा सलाम। सलाम सलाम मेरा सलाम।
नानक नाम जहाज है वो चढ़े सोतरे पार। हो जो सजदा कर सेवते गुरु पार उतारण हार।
वाहिगुरु 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 जी बोलो। वाहिगुरु 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 जी बोलो। सतनाम 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 जी बोलो। सतनाम सतनाम जी बोलो। नित्य नित्य जपिए तेरे नाम जी बोलो। नित्य जपिए तेरे नाम जी बोलो। सतनाम 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 जी बोलो। सतनाम सतनाम जी बोलो। राम 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 जी बोलो। नित्य नित्य जपिए राम नाम जी बोलो। नित्य जपिए राम नाम जी बोलो। कृष्ण 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 जी बोलो। कृष्ण 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 जी बोलो। नित्य नित्य जपिए कृष्ण नाम जी बोलो। नित्य जपिए कृष्ण नाम जी बोलो। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय। राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय। राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय।
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद 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 जय जय।
वाहिगुरु
वाहिगुरु वाहिगुरु जी बोलो।
MashaAllah, here we are at the Jama Masjid. ऐसा कुदरत का करिश्मा न जाने कितनों को देखने मिलता है. We are blessed to be here in this holy month of Ramzan. The vastness of Jama Masjid makes me feel how insignificant I am in this creation of the Almighty. Surrendering to the higher will becomes so much easier in this overwhelming ambience.
Haven't we been taught? Prayer is man's only strength and God's only weakness. Now, when many become one and come here to pray in unison with utmost humility to an intangible, unseen force which encompasses everyone, it compels God to respond and strengthens our faith in God's omnipresence.
Such is the importance of being together, of a universal brotherhood, which is but the essence of Islam.
Allahu, 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 Allahu Akbar, 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 Allahu Akbar. Yeshu Pita Prabhu Allahu Akbar, Shri Sai Pati Sai Tumho. Yeshu Pita Prabhu Allahu Akbar, Shri Sai Pati Sai Tumho. Guru Nanak bhi tum ho, सौराष्ट्र महावीर तुम हो, यीशु पिता प्रभु तुम हो, साईं अल्लाह अकबर तुम हो, साईं अल्लाह अकबर तुम हो, ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
You know, Patil, in practicing the brotherhood of man and fatherhood of God, it is very important to understand the kind of love that must be shared between brothers and between a father and his children.
And that is what Ayodhya teaches us in the form of love that Rama had for Lakshmana as a brother and as a father to his subjects.
And don't forget Hanuman, the living embodiment of service to the Lord.
It is perhaps this unparalleled love which inspired thousands of temples such as the Kanak Bhavan and the Hanuman Garhi to be built in the adoration of these great beings.
Oh, look, monkeys.
Mind you, not mere monkeys, but the guardians of Ayodhya.
दशरथ नंदन राम सीता मोहन राम श्री राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम हे अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम हे अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम हे पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन
हाँ, okay. I'll call you later. Sure, sure. Sai Ram.
Who was that happy?
Oh, that was my mom. Worried as she always is about me.
To think about it, a mother never stops loving us. They can go to any extent for us and make countless sacrifices for our happiness. I guess that's what makes her divine.
And if this is the love of one mother, imagine the love of 1,000 mothers rolled into one. Let us remember that it is here in Dakshineshwar that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa spent decades crying out to the Divine Mother.
काले महाकाले कपालिनी काले महाकाले कपालिनी दुर्गा दुर्गा देवी दुर्गा भवानी दुर्गा दुर्गा देवी दुर्गा भवानी काले काले महाकाले कपालिनी मंगल गौरी माता महेश्वरी राज राजेश्वरी लक्ष्मी नारायणी राज राजेश्वरी लक्ष्मी नारायणी राज राजेश्वरी लक्ष्मी नारायणी काले काले महाकाले कपालिनी
Oh, I feel so charged after having Mother Kali's darshan.
Oh no, I think I left my wallet in the cloakroom.
As expected, old habits die hard. But I didn't forget. Take, here's your wallet.
Oh, Patil, you know me so well. Thank you so much.
But I won't always be there for you, Molloy. Who's going to look after you then?
Oh, I need hardly worry. I have a friend who is always there with me.
Oh, thank you so much, Molloy.
Oh, happy I wasn't talking about you.
Huh? Then who are you referring to?
I am referring to my eternal companion, my divine friend of Puri Jagannath, who knows me better than I know myself and is always by my side. And my heart pines to meet him again in the beautiful temple of Puri.
बोलो जगन्नाथ महाराज की
जगन्नाथ जय 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 जगन्नाथ हे साई जगन्नाथ साई जगन्नाथ हे साई जगन्नाथ हे साई जगन्नाथ हे साई जगन्नाथ हे साई जगन्नाथ दीनबंधु साईनाथ करुणा सिंधु जगन्नाथ दीनबंधु साईनाथ करुणा सिंधु जगन्नाथ हे साई जगन्नाथ हे साई जगन्नाथ हे साई जगन्नाथ हे जगन्नाथ हे परति जगन्नाथ हे साई जगन्नाथ हे शिरडी जगन्नाथ हे परति जगन्नाथ हे साई जगन्नाथ हे शिरडी जगन्नाथ हे परति जगन्नाथ हे साई जगन्नाथ हे परति जगन्नाथ हे साई जगन्नाथ बोलो जगन्नाथ जय 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 जगन्नाथ सुन लो भक्तों सुनो भक्तों सब मिल आओ शामिल हो सब में वही करे उद्धार तुम्हारा हो जिसके इंतजार में देखो आ गया हमारा कृष्णा चढ़ के नंदी घोष में कितने भक्त जो तरस रहे हैं श्रद्धा लेके मन में जगन्नाथ जय 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 महाराज की जय।
Wow, what a journey it has been. Each one of these places reflected the essence of the great culture of our Bharat. Not just unity in diversity, but also diversity in unity.
I couldn't agree more. I left Parthi hoping to find something different in each of these places. But all I saw was you, Swami. In the love of a mother, the sacrifice of a father, the care of a brother, the intimacy of a friend. It was always you, all along, Swami.
जहाँ जहाँ मैं जाता साई रूप तुम्हारे भाता जहाँ जहाँ मैं जाता साई गीत तुम्हारे गाता
In every flower that we collected for you from these places, Swami, we understand how jewels are many, but the gold is one.
Stars are many, but the sky is one.
Religions are many, but the path is one.
beings are many but the breath is one.
And what binds these flowers together is our bhakti for you, Bhagwan. And what better way to offer this garland than singing your bhajans, Sai bhajans, which is the universal, unifying force that brings us all together at thy lotus feet.
महागणपते नमोस्तुते महागणपते नमोस्तुते मातङ्गवदना नमोस्तुते मातङ्गवदना नमोस्तुते महागणपते नमोस्तुते महागणपते आदिपूजिता गणनाथा
मेरे बाबा मेरे प्राणनाथ साई राम साई श्याम मेरे साई राम साई राम साई श्याम मेरे तेरे द्वार पे मैं आऊं मुझे शांति दो भगवान द्वार पे मैं आऊं मुझे शांति दो भगवान मुझे शांति दो भगवान मुझे शांति दो भगवान मेरे जीवन में साथ रहो साई नाथ मेरे जीवन में साथ रहो मेरे जीवन में साथ रहो साई नाथ जगदोधारिणी माता दुर्गा जगदोधारिणी जगदोधारिणी माता दुर्गा जगो जगो माँ जगो जगो माँ जगो जगो माँ जननी जगो माँ जगो जगो माँ जगो जगो माँ हे दुर्गा देवी रणचंडी देवी हे शिव रमणा जगो माँ हे दुर्गा देवी रणचंडी देवी हे शिव रमणा जगो माँ हे शिव रमणा जगो माँ हे शिव रमणा जगो माँ जगो जगदोधारिणी जगो जगदोधारिणी जगो जगदोधारिणी बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठ्ठला साई नारायणा रंग रंग विठ्ठला नारायणा रंग रंग विठ्ठला बोलो नारायणा जय जय विठ्ठला गोविंद विठ्ठला रघुमाई विठ्ठला रघुमाई विठ्ठला गोपाल विठ्ठला पांडुरंग विठ्ठला
साई केशवा श्री हरि नाम बोलो जय विजयी भव जय विजयी भव भव भयनाशा हनुमंता पवन कुमारा पावन वीरा पवन कुमारा पावन वीरा अति बलवंता हनुमंता अंजनी पुत्रा वीरांजनेया निरंजना विजयी भवा निरंजना विजयी भवा बोलो निरंजना विजयी भवा नारायण हरि नाम भजो रे नारायण वेद पारायणा करुणा भरणा भव भय हरणा करुणा भरणा भव भय हरणा पावन चरणा पतित जनावना पावन चरणा पतित जनावना पावन चरणा पतित जनावना नारायणा हरि नारायणा 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 नारायण हरि नाम भजो रे नारायण वेद पारायणा ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित कल्पलतिका आपद्बान्धवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता गुरुदैवमु मरियन्तयु नीवे स्वामी मरियन्तयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नागेन्द्र शयना ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगल आरती अंदुको मंगल आरती अंदुको मंदर गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
Till now, you were listening to the live proceedings from Sai Kulwant Hall, Prashanthi Nilayam. We now take you back to our regular program schedule.